All right, y'all, what's poppin'? We back. Hey, check this out, man. This reaction right here is like different. It ain't no music. Where's music involved? You know what I'm saying? But it always made me sad for the simple fact that, man, this is my girl right here, man. I love her. I miss her. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even like I ever met her before. But, you know what I'm saying? There's no other than Whitney Houston, man. That's my baby girl right there. But what it is on this particular video, it's going to basically show that in reality, a lot of people didn't know that she had like a female lover. You know what I'm saying? I ain't putting her on blast or nothing like that. It ain't no clickbait, none of that. Y'all gonna see in the story. But it was just something that a lot of people just didn't know. So it's like this ex, she's coming out to basically speak on everything that she know about why Whitney really died. You know what I'm saying? We already know, like, it's getting old now. Everybody dying from drug overdose, in the tub. You know what I'm saying? You're fighting on the elevators, and you know it's becoming like known now. You feel me? But we're gonna let the video speak for it, because man, I don't want to get nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get canceled or nothing. I just like pass the news on like as we get it. Like for like, share for share, sub for sub, baby. But that's what we about to get into, man. Whitney Houston, man. And this my baby right here, man. I love this lady. So we're going to take it back a little bit, give y'all a little, you know what I'm saying, quick little get down about it, about everything that she accomplished in a quick segment. And then we're going to let her ex tell us what, you know what I'm saying, they didn't tell us. You know what I mean? So without further ado, baby, we'll be right back. Man, you know what I'm saying? I love you, Whitney. You know what I mean? Hey, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Put it like this. This for all the mothers, man. You know what I'm saying? Sunday that passed, man. This for you, Whitney. You know what I'm saying? See them flowers, baby? I'm giving you your flowers, Whitney. That's what it's about, man. And any other mother that died, you know what I'm saying, around the world, around the country, no matter what race they was, man. We love all the mothers, man, because there wouldn't have been none of us without them. You know what I mean? Let's get to the story, man. I love you, Whitney. Hey, let's get with the story, man. I miss you. And your songs are the greatest, still timeless classics that'll never be forgotten. We'll be right back, man. Whitney Houston. Holler at your boy. And Christina. Bobby Christina, rest in peace, baby. We love you too. Hey!
Talking and eating and talking. Yeah, just with my friends and people I know.
And are you cooking in the kitchen, or do you like have people who cook for you?
No, Oprah, no.
No?
Whitney don't cook.
Whitney.
Whitney don't cook. No. Bobby cooks.
Bobby cooks.
I love you because you support me, and you've been good to me on the radio. However, watch what you say, baby girl.
But Whitney, watch what you do. And if
I know it's not, you don't even know what I do. Like you said, you never met me. You don't know me. You ain't been in my house. You don't live with me. You don't sleep with me. You don't do shit with me, but talk about me. So watch what you say. That's all, baby girl. That's all I'm asking you is watch what the you say.
But Whitney,
what, baby?
I would love to have you come in the studio.
Okay, love. We'll make a date. You call my machine, I'll call yours.
I would love to be able to.
There's one thing I'm curious about. Last week we had Mariah Carey here in the studio.
You did. How is she doing?
Hey, Whitney was gangster, though. That's real talk, though. That's one thing about it. Sugarcoated. She was gangster, though.
Well, she was doing great.
Oh, great.
Yes.
That's great.
What I'm curious about, what do you think of her?
What do I think of her?
Yes?
I don't think of her. I don't think of her. Musically, what do I think of her?
Yes.
I think she's a good singer.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? Yeah. Do you think of her?
I kind of like her.
Have you ever had a date from hell?
I invited Eddie Murphy to my house one time. He's not gonna like that. And I invited him to dinner. And I remember he said, yeah, I'll be there. And I pre-cooked and all the stuff, and he never came.
You did all the cooking?
I didn't say it was all that. No, because I went to his house and choked him. No, not quite. No, but I invited him and he didn't come.
Do you want me to say something on your behalf? And
No,
I've got a story for you.
she'd probably rather me tell it.
This day I told her to do something.
My room was a mess.
Blah, blah, blah. She told me to go to hell.
Then all of a sudden I heard silence and I was like, I know she didn't hear me. My God, she didn't hear me, did she?
But I got real good ears.
And I heard her say to my father, I peeked out the door, and she said to my father, John, what did she say?
I didn't say anything, Mommy.
Nippy is my nickname. So he said, Nippy, come here. I said, yes, Mom. She said, come here. I want to ask you something. Then I went in the room and she said, what did you say?
I said to go to heck.
She said, oh, no. You didn't say go to heck. You said go to hell. And she said after that, I'm going to show you how to get there. And she whooped my tail. Ooh.
Oh, and I know you got a new album.
Yeah.
But bam, I want the old one.
You want to
You know what I'm saying? This is the one I was
You
at
want
the
the slick
concert
back
like, Whitney, you was like, woo, you brought out the old pictures.
You said that one.
I was like, but this was
Yeah,
live.
you at the
That was me. That was me. You were singing your 5th album. I was like, no, it's number 1. The greatest love of all is inside of me.
Whitney, I love you. You are my kind of spirit. I love that.
I like to vacuum.
Come over to my house. Man, I'd love to see that.
Wait a minute, Bobby. It's so wild, you know, it's very normal, it's very regular. My husband to be sitting there watching television and, you know, he's there with his feet like this and he just goes, But I love to vacuum. I can't stand to see a dirty rug. And look at your rug.
Uh-oh, she's
I need the
dogging
vacuum,
me
man.
on.
I need my vacuum.
Bring it out. She's dogging me on national TV. Bring the vacuum out, then.
I can work a vacuum.
Oh, we got to get up.
Okay.
She got to show me some moves for this one.
All right, now, go down.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Come on. Down. Mine is.
Hey, I love the vacuum too. What I do is when I vacuum though, I try to make it like in a straight line, like I'm cutting the grass. So it's like I go up, you know what I'm saying, like this way, then I go side to side and make it like a square or something, you know what I'm saying? It's like doing it with like just preciseness, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody had to get this thing out of the way. Yeah.
I love it.
Britney Spears was passing through Australia recently, copped a lot of criticism for lip syncing. What do you reckon about all of that?
Now you know I don't lip sync.
That is the right answer, Whitney Houston.
You know, but but you can't. You know, you have to take it easy on the kid. You know, because
values are defiant. I knew that she knew what she was talking about, and I believed in what she said.
That's the difference.
Yes.
I didn't listen to my mother.
You didn't listen.
Okay.
Oh well, I guess that's why you're interviewing now.
Suppose that. Yeah, that's right. Suppose that.
Okay.
You know?
So did Bobby know you were doing that interview?
no.
Does he know now?
No.
No. No.
But I'm sure I'll be getting a call.
Yeah. Are you worried about that call?
Not whatsoever.
Not whatsoever. About
Bring
the
it.
call. Bring
What?
it.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Because I love them.
Hey, that was behind the scenes with Whitney, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to share a little like extra backstage passes. You feel me? To see her other side of her just being a singer, man. So now we finna get, these are not speculations or speculated. You know what I'm saying? This is from her ex mouth on what she think that took place, man. So y'all continue to sit back, and we finna bring it to you right now, man. Coolest dude on YouTube. I love you, Whitney. Here go your flowers, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. And to any other mother that lost their life, dog, we up out of here, man. We be right back. So y'all click like, share, subscribe, man. Let's get into the story, man. Whitney X pretty much just tells it all. We'll be right back. All right, here go the story. Let's get it in.
People think of Whitney Houston's tragic death. They turn to Bobby Brown.
You were the one that led Whitney to heavy drug use.
It wasn't me.
But there's one person who's been ignored.
Robin Crawford was by Whitney's side from the beginning.
Robin, she's been my friend for years.
Had I been there, she'd still be here.
If she could have saved Whitney, why was she erased from her life?
Rumors swirled they were also secretly lovers.
We were intimate on all levels.
Everyone saw Robin as a threat.
She was an opportunist. It was evil. It was wicked.
Reports that Whitney's father put a hit on Robin Crawford.
Everything spiraled out of control. She just disappeared.
But now she's ready to come forward and reveal what really happened.
This is the story that no one else knows except you.
We were just two young women from East Orange, New Jersey, and one of them had this amazing dream.
I am not self-destructive. I'm not a person who wants to die. I'm a person who has life and wants to live.
This was a young woman who knew what she wanted, where she was going to go, how she was going to get there. Like, she knew everything. It was a lot coming at her. And she could handle it. She knew she needed someone there, and she chose me. She was number one. And I was in the number 2 spot. I was her go-to for everything.
She's been my friend for years. I don't know, just stuck it out.
I wanted Whitney to have the life that she wanted for herself, her own family.
So then will you tell me about Bobby?
Bobby was ready for the same things I was ready for.
I had heard the rumors about him.
And they said I was crazy, huh?
Bobby Brown's wild reputation follows him wherever he goes, indulging in alcohol, drugs, and countless women.
I'm not as bad as everybody thinks I am.
Bobby Brown had multiple arrests, ranging from marijuana possession to drunk driving and various parole violations. But Whitney stood by her man.
In order to deal with a person like me, she has to be the sweetest person in the world.
Bobby is the man of my life, and I'm very much in love and I'm very happy.
And also the meanest person in the world.
I'm the madman. What are you saying?
All right.
She told me that he had asked her to marry him. And then she asked me, and I was not ready for this question. Do you think he loves me?
Bless you.
He was the kind of guy that loved attention, and Whitney was the kind of woman who did not. They were like apples and oranges.
To the outside world, Bobby and Whitney seemed madly in love. But when they came back from their honeymoon, Robin noticed a cut on Whitney's face.
She said, I threw a glass against the wall and it shattered and I got cut. But the cut was like from here to there. It was about 3-4 inches long. Flying glass doesn't do that. I never pressed her. I was like, you love this man, and it's not right to stand by someone and then think ill of it. That wasn't me. If that's what she wanted, I would be there for her.
Robin tried to respect Whitney's choice, but Bobby didn't make it easy.
Bobby Brown and Robin Crawford, they hated each other. They would battle for her affection, they'd battle for her attention. There were numerous fights between, serious fights.
Did you guys ever have a physical altercation?
He did get my face a couple of times.
There were times when he wasn't always the winner.
He wanted Whitney to remove Robin from their relationship, and Whitney
didn't want to do it.
What is the issue with her being around?
It was her best friend.
Not too long ago, I was in Detroit. I did a radio show. For over an hour, about 30 calls came in. They really just wanted to know, well, what is the story of Whitney? Is she gay or is she not?
Whitney is not gay. That is a story on that. The only gayness I feel is when I'm happy, honey. That's it.
That's all that really matters.
That's all that matters, yes. This wasn't her world. I mean, I brought her into this madness. She goes, "What? Why am I the target? What did I do?" I said, "You're my friend. What else you want? You play basketball."
Because she plays basketball, people think she's a lesbian.
I don't know. They just think I'm not gay and I'm not lesbian. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter. Lesbian, gay, I'm not. Two titles I can't claim, I'm sorry.
As the media ran wild with speculation, Bobby tightened his grip on Whitney.
I needed for Robin to understand that I was now Whitney's husband, so their relationship had to change.
But it wasn't just Bobby who had a problem with Robin.
Robin was a nobody. She was a nobody. She was an opportunist. She was a wannabe. I've never seen him do anything, but I knew that she was something that I didn't want my sister to be involved with. And it was evil, it was wicked. And I tried to tell my sister to leave her alone.
I didn't particularly like her.
What didn't you like?
She just spoke too much, disrespectful sometimes. Like she had something over nippy, like that.
Would it have bothered you if your daughter, Whitney, was gay?
Absolutely.
It would have bothered you? You would not have liked that?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No one in this organization wanted anything to disrupt this bullet train that was Whitney Houston. Anyone who had influence was a threat.
Did John ever try and get rid of Robin?
He talked about it. He said if he could, he would break them up any way he can. He wanted somebody to scare her.
Scare her? Scare her how?
So, a former security guard came forward and he claimed that Whitney's dad and former manager approached him, offered him $6,000 to break Robin's arms and legs because he didn't like her for being a lesbian and he was worried that she was threatening her marriage to Bobby Brown.
He quoted John as telling him he should lay my legs on the curb and break them with a bat. I don't want her murdered. That would devastate Whitney.
Whitney confronted her dad, but he denied everything. But decades later, one of Whitney's brothers actually came forward and said that they did want to scare Robin, but he never actually admitted how.
The threat of bodily harm didn't slow me down. But I wonder if it ever crossed their minds that it was hurting Nippy, their sister, their daughter. Once Nip had spoken to her father, I felt better because at least I knew where she stood.
Now, P-Game, man, whatever anybody is, whatever they choose to do in their rooms and all that on the real, though, people got to start leaving that alone. No matter who like who or doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? And leave people out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? If somebody like that, they like that. You know what I'm saying? That's real. So, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like I love her regardless. If she was with Robin or Bobby, Bobby or Robin, I still love Whitney.
Robin thought Whitney was on her side until she found out Whitney had told Bobby their secret.
She didn't tell me that she had shared it with him, but from what I understand, he was not happy about it. I don't know why he was so disappointed about it. It was years ago, decades ago.
What was the secret?
Robin Crawford.
I was 16, and we were working on summer jobs. I remember thinking, wow, this is really going to be a trip this summer. I don't have any friends. And then here comes Robin with this beautiful, beautiful afro. She was tall and very statuesque.
She simply stopped me in my tracks. Before I moved on, I gave her one last look and told her I'd keep an eye out for her.
I remember thinking, I've known this person, it seems like all my life.
I wanted her friendship. That was what was most important.
But over that summer, their friendship grew into something more.
One day after camp, we were just talking. There was something there that made us connect. And then at one moment, We both just met, and our mouths touched, and that was our first kiss. We didn't share what happened with anyone. I didn't know how long it was going to last, but I knew we were meant to be.
Robin and Whitney moved into an apartment together, hiding in plain sight. But Robin could see something was holding Whitney back.
When you're raised in church and you're raised in a background of God-fearing religion, there's a certain boundary that you don't cross. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I could have gotten into a lot more trouble than I got into if I hadn't thought about, you know, oh, my mother's gonna kill me, or my father and my mother are gonna be so disappointed.
After 2 years together, Whitney was ready to share her true feelings with Robin.
She said, I have something for you. And she placed the Bible in my hands. She said, I don't believe that we should be physical any longer, that it would make our journey much harder if they found out about it. But she also said, living that kind of life, you could go to hell. You know what we shared, Whitney added. You know how I feel about you, and we will always have that.
Robin knew that their relationship was deeper than just romance, but it wasn't always easy for her.
Robin was fine.
Whitney had prepared a one-on-one dinner with Eddie Murphy.
I hung around long enough to see Whitney through the glass, and she looked amazing. She was ready, preparing for Eddie to come. I thought to myself, wow, I wish she was preparing that second place for me. But I knew that wouldn't happen.
Robin couldn't tell Whitney how she really felt. But as she tried to move on, Whitney struggled to let her go.
She asked me to love her. If you love me unconditionally. And she was worth it. So I strived for that.
Robin vowed to support Whitney no matter what. But after Whitney married Bobby, she struggled to protect her.
I noticed that Nip started using drugs a lot more when Bobby was around. She wasn't putting on the brakes. I reminded her that drugs should be over now, and she said, I know, but I'm not ready to just yet. The more I saw and heard, and the messier it got. He went to surprise Bobby in Atlanta. After knocking on his door several times, out comes Bobby in a rage saying, I don't want you here. And he spit in her face. She ran down the hall and Bobby picked up a glass and threw it. And Whitney picked up the phone to call her father. That's when Bobby snatched the phone from her and hit her over the head with it. He had her to himself. She was isolated. I thought she'd get tired of it. I mean, Whitney had a lot of pride and a strong will, but every time I thought that would be it, it wasn't. We went out to Los Angeles. It was cancellation after cancellation, and Bobby was traveling with us, which never makes it easy. I went to Fred Segal, and I purchased George Michael a button-down black shirt. Since we had run him around for a while, we had canceled 3 sessions with him, just a kind gesture. And Bobby erupted. Are you out of your mind? He started yelling. You don't buy a man a gift from my wife. Are you crazy? Then Whitney joined in saying, apology for what? I understood exactly why I was getting blasted. They were strung out and out of their minds. There was nothing that I could do to make things any better. And for the first time, I realized that I needed to save myself. With Bobby screaming in my face and all that stress and worry about Whitney, I was at a breaking point. It wasn't just Bobby, it was everything. Locking eyes with Whitney, I said my piece. You know, I'm really sick and tired of this shit. I'm trying to do my job, and you're going to let him speak to me this way? I'm done then. I quit.
After 20 years of being by Whitney's side, Robin walked away from the person she loved most.
I will always say that was the downfall of Whitney. Robin was the person who was keeping her together. And I think that's why the drugs became so important to her. That was that crutch that she used to get through that.
Robin tried to move on with her life, but she couldn't escape the media going after Whitney.
The headlines were saying, Whitney is dying.
No, Whitney was dead. I'm 5'7" and thin.
But that's not just thin.
No, what is it? Diane, tell me. Do you know?
It's scary thin. Anorexia,
No way.
bulimia,
No way.
that it's because of drugs.
No. Mm-mm.
Is it alcohol? Is it marijuana? Is it cocaine? Is it pills?
It has been. At times.
All?
At times.
If you had to name the devil?
That would be me.
Police are looking to speak to Bobby Brown after a weekend altercation left wife Whitney Houston with a cut lip and bruises on her face.
It appears Whitney Houston's greatest love of all isn't Bobby Brown. After a rocky 14-year marriage, the two are on the path to divorce.
When did you know that that marriage was not going to work?
I just knew, I was like, you don't smell right, you don't look right, something's going on. And then all this other stuff started coming out, being too promiscuous.
So the fact that he would be out with other women and would bring that into your
Yeah, with
home.
my credit card, absolutely. Yeah, I had a problem with that.
Whitney Houston has returned from her drama-filled 7-year hiatus from the music industry with the release of a new album.
Well, Whitney Houston's comeback tour has hit yet another snag as hundreds of fans walked out of a recent show in Denmark.
We're leaving early. She couldn't entertain a dead rat, to be honest.
One wrote she looked and sounded like a person who doesn't have many years left to live.
Whitney Houston has enrolled in an outpatient rehabilitation program to deal with drug and alcohol issues.
The singer is voluntarily seeking additional treatment after 30 days in rehab. As one source puts it, she really wants it this time.
But on February 11th, 2012, while out to dinner, Robin got news that would change her life forever.
My phone started to ring and said it was an old friend, so I told Lisa I'd call her back. 2 seconds later, it rang again, another friend calling. Then our friend's phone started to ring. As soon as she hung up the phone, we were all looking at her, wondering what had just happened. She said it. My sister is a huge Whitney Houston fan, and they're saying she passed. I felt my insides shattering. I never once believed that she would fall. Swimming is what she loved to do. The girl could swim.
Right.
She loved the water. And that's why passing in the water just is so hard for me to wrap my heart and head around. I wish I would have just taken the necessary steps to reach her. I feel like I was waiting for her, and she was waiting for me. And time just don't wait.
As Robin tried to deal with her grief, the world demanded answers.
We're learning more tonight about the dark and final days of legendary superstar Whitney Houston. Her ex-husband, Bobby Brown, revealing new and intimate details of the couple's turbulent marriage.
People said to me, one thing that they heard over and over again, that you were the one that led Whitney to heavy drug use.
Hey, before they get to this, man, this is all I want to say, y'all, and y'all can y'all can look it up yourself or whatever. Pretty much. Ray J was down with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? With all this drug and stuff, everybody dying from the drugs and from the, you know, these higher paid people to you know, saying to make this shit happen type shits. You know what I'm saying? But the, you know, make a long story short, it's like Ray J was the last one that's supposed to have been with Whitney. You know what I'm saying? When that incident happened, y'all can look it up. Even though that was Bobby Brown's wife or whatever, for some reason, Ray J wind up being, you know what I'm saying, at her last times. And then it's like it was about a drug dealer type of thing. And then you get found in the tub. That's why Robin said she could swim her ass off. How you die in the tub, dog? So did somebody inject you, hold your face down? You know what I'm saying? And then that was the last person with you? Speculating the speculations, man. I ain't even saying it like that. But y'all can look it up, and that's what they saying, man, that Ray J was the last person with her, dog. I ain't even clickbaiting or nothing. I'm just adding to the story. Let's go.
You were the one.
It wasn't me. It started her. I take my part, but we all have our own minds. The last few years of our marriage, it was terrible.
They had tried on and off to get sober, but Bobby Brown says Whitney just wouldn't stop using it. That's what ultimately led to the end of their 14 years of marriage.
She just wasn't ready to go that direction.
But their relationship struggles weren't the only thing Bobby revealed.
Bobby Brown's surprising allegations about Whitney Houston's sexuality.
I think their relationship had become sexual at some point. They couldn't be as close as they were before because Whitney now had me in her life, her husband. But Robin wasn't accepting this new development gracefully. She was not happy about being pushed away.
Robin watched silently as Bobby told Whitney's secrets to the world.
I had great comfort in my silence. But over the years, I began to feel my silence shake, and everything I heard or read, it wasn't accurate. I was bothered by all the bad news I was hearing. I knew Nip didn't deserve it, and I wanted to do something to help her. And that's when I felt the need to stand up, to stand up for my friend's legacy, to lift it.
After years of speculation and rumors, Robin Crawford finally breaks her silence on her relationship with Whitney Houston. The late singer's close friend has released a memoir titled A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston.
Hey, that's gonna be a nice little book though. But it's like, man, I never knew that shit. Like, it was just always like Eddie Murphy. It was the dudes. So it's like that'll throw you off that she was like that. So it's like, man, but you don't know what nobody doing. So what people do, man. Real talk. Real talk. It's like stay out of people's bedrooms. It's like you a pervert yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of focusing on who was to blame, Robin reminded everyone that Whitney was so much more than her tragic ending.
You don't get to that pinnacle stumbling. You have to be focused. You have to put in the time to hone your craft. You have to be gracious and respectful. And she was all those things.
Hey, real quick though, I just, I said it before, this is something that, it's like Whitney is spectacular and she's immaculate. So to sum both of those words up into one, Whitney, she was spectacular. You know what I mean?
Soon, the world started
That's
seeing
MC
Robin's real impact on Whitney.
Boom.
Strangers walking up to me, feeling like had I been there, she'd still be here.
And someone unexpected came forward to honor her.
I think if Robin could have been accepted in Whitney's life and remained close to her, Whitney would still be alive today.
Yeah.
To this day, Robin continues to proudly share Whitney's story with the world.
Ours is a story of loyalty and trust of two women who made a pact to protect and rely on each other. I owe it to my friend to share her story, my story, our story. And I hope that in doing so, I can set us both free.
What would you want to say to her?
I would want to say, Nip, I love you, and I got you. I will represent. I love that girl like yesterday. And she's with me all the time.
That's why I'm going to say again, and then I'm going to keep saying it again and again and again. Stop telling people you love them to death and tell them you love them for life, man. On the real. Because if she ever told Whitney that, I love you to death, girl, I love you to death, and then she died. So it's like, stop telling people that, man. I'm telling you, the coolest dude on YouTube. Stop telling your loved ones I love you to death and I love you for life. And let's start changing our vocabulary. Because the way you talk and the way you walk, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about no hidden demons that stalk. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll be protected by God, dog. You know what I'm saying? That she was protected by God. But a demon interfered. It wasn't even Bobby Brown. You know what I'm saying? It was something she was already involved in. If y'all didn't get the whole story, Bobby Brown just smoked the weed, did what he did, and he was drinking when he was already consuming. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know people, man, but they got like this little thing on look on YouTube. It's like the Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston story. Show you how they was on yachts and chilling and just celebrating, having a ball, man. So it's another side of how these singers be, these rappers and everything. Everybody else got a different life besides that stage life. And Whitney was genuine, man. I love you, baby. We finna get up out of here again, but like I said, this is for Whitney. You know what I'm saying? And all the women around the world, man. Giving everybody their flowers, and that's what the channel is about. We up out of here, nigga. Hey! Hey, y'all, on the real, though, with Whitney, though, don't even get it twisted, though. Y'all watch these accolades right here. You may have to pause it so you can read everything, though. Watch these accolades right here. The girl is bad, though. Despite of what anything y'all heard, the girl is bad. I love you, Whitney. Here we go, baby. One more time. I love you. We up out of here, though. Check these accolades out.